like an earthquake.
Okay, so today we're going to have an Elise guide because a lot of people have been asking me to do one and like a more in-depth one, which I have tried to do using a live commentary kind of style, and that has just not been working out because I get way too into the game and I can't explain everything that's going on because a lot of stuff happens and I just forget to tell you all exactly what is happening. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right into this and start out with how to play Elise. So what I like to do on Elise is take W level 1, and at around 137 in your human form, you're going to throw out your W right underneath Gromp. You can do the same with Krugs. And then you're going to switch into your spider form and W to increase your attack speed and your spiderling's attack speed. And you should, if you get a good enough leash, take no damage from this start. Now when you go to your blue buff, you're going to want to Q W automatically in the beginning, and then switch into spider form, auto attack, and then W to reset your auto attack. And Q after you get a couple autos in, or once your spiderlings die. And then after 2 more autos, once you've queued, you're going to want to go back into human form and then Q W again. That way you get the maximum area of effect damage as well. And then go back into spider form, and then your WQ will be up again, and you can kill your blue buff and execute it with your Q. After blue, I immediately go to red buff. I feel like this is the best jungle pathing for Elise. Allows her to get really early ganks off, which she's really good at because she provides a lot of early pressure and a lot of damage at level 3. And her cocoon is amazing for that. And again, on red buff, you do the same thing as blue buff. You use QW in human form, QW in spider form, and tank a few autos, and Q smite. And Q smite's a little different because you want to smite before you Q, because your Q in spider form does percentage health damage, and so the lesser they are, the more damage you will do. Since Elise has a pretty great jungle clear in the beginning and actually throughout the entire game, you normally finish before the other jungler. So what I like to do is try to see if I can catch them at their blue buff. If they haven't taken it, then I try to take it, or at least fight them when they get here, because like this Kha'Zix, they'll probably be level 2. Now, I mess up a lot and I miss my cocoon here, but I go ahead and make sure I get the blue buff just to deny him that XP. And then, since you're Elise, you can really destroy anybody in a 1v1, especially even Kha'Zix. A cool tip about Elise is that her spiderlings allow you to not be isolated by Kha'Zix's Q, or at least his passive, because his Q does more damage when you're isolated, and whenever you have spiderlings, you are counted as not isolated. So it is pretty amazing, really good counter to Kha'Zix. To execute ganks on Elise, flash is a very useful tool. As you will see in this, I can just flash cocoon right point blank on him and burst him down before he'll have an opportunity to run away or flash away. And as with any gank, you want to push the minion wave to the turret, as you can see here, using my W to push because it gives attack speed to not only Elise but her spiderlings. And once our minion waves die, we can go ahead and back off and force that TP to come out. The best way to clear raptors, especially when you have red buff, is to make sure you are in human form and then Q the big raptor and W all the raptors, and turn into spider form. Go ahead and W and auto attack each small raptor first to make sure that your red buff can finish it off along with your attack speed from your spiderlings. Elise has a lot of ganking pressure, especially with her cocoon. And the easiest thing to do, and the best way to burn a flash, is to make sure you can just walk into lane and just E on top of a minion and just walk up, and you can Q him, you can W him, you can auto attack him, especially with your slow. And the great thing about Elise is that a lot of her abilities look like her cocoon, at least her cocoon animation. So then they burn their flash, and then you just come back, gank them immediately, and then it's a free kill, especially right here on this Malzahar. I have found that the new Runic Echoes build, along with the Blue Smite, also known as the Chilling Smite, but I always call it Blue Smite because I always forget Chilling Smite, is best. It's the best build unless they have a lot of tanks, or you're not a very tanky team. Then I would say to go with the Red Challenging Smite and Cinder Hulk, because you can do a lot of damage and be very tanky. And one of the great things about Elise is that she can also counter jungle and invade very hard and not even need to hit her cocoon to kill somebody. Honestly, you just do too much damage for them to even realize what's happened right when they walk into their jungle, just like this Kha'Zix just experienced. Elise also takes a lot of practice, but being good at jungle in general doesn't always mean you have to be good at the champion. As you can see here, I have just complete control over his entire jungle. Whenever Kha'Zix tries to walk into his jungle, I can be there and I can kill him. And the best part about it is that if he wants to stop dying, he's going to have to buy pink wards. And that's a lot of money, so he won't have any damage. So either way, it's a win-win. And once again here, I've just taken his blue. Once my blue's up, I'm usually going to my blue, so I know Kha'Zix is going to want to do the same. So I just wait for a max 10 seconds. I always want to make sure that I'm not waiting too long and wasting time. And then once again, he just walks right into me and I can kill him for free. Elise is especially good at tower diving because she has very many ways to take aggro and let aggro get off of her, and even make her spiderlings tank it so that she doesn't take any damage. And what normally I would like to do here is use my red buff to slow before I try to cocoon, but I felt like I could hit the cocoon anyway because I'm an Elise god, right? Anyway, so just go ahead and E to stop the turret aggroing me, and boom, I took one turret shot, we got a kill. Easy peasy. Not only is Elise great on her own with her amazing burst and her CC and incredible versatility as a champion, but she's really good with other CC, like maybe an Ahri mid, or in this case a Varus ADC, who can lock him down and allow me to hit an easy cocoon and follow up with a bunch of burst damage. And the best combo for bursting, either if you hit your cocoon or not, is to W before you get to them, and then Q afterwards. That way your W hits, but you get your Q damage in because it does more damage the higher health they are. Then you switch into your spider form, Q on top of them, and usually it'll kill them. Also W for good measure if you want to get the last auto off and kill them. My usual build on Elise goes as follows: Runic Echoes, Sorcerer's Shoes, Rylai's Crystal Scepter, and then depending on what their team has, whether they are more AD or more AP damage, I'll go with an Abyssal Scepter for the MR or Zhonyas for the armor. And then I'll usually go into a more tanky role with either Dead Man's Plate, again, situational, could also go for a Locket, and then maybe round it off at the end with a Void Staff. Now, Tank Elise also works just as well as AP Elise. The techniques are usually the same, and the damage is, well, almost the same. Tank Elise is amazing because you don't have to worry about positioning, because no matter what, no matter how much CC they layer on you, how much damage they layer on you, you'll still be able to do as much damage as you used to be able to, but you'll still survive as well. As Tank Elise, you can still one-shot people, but you have to use your challenging smite sometimes. There, as you can see, I do the same combo, but instead of the blue smite, I throw down the challenging smite. Therefore, my spiders will still be able to attack, and the true damage from my auto attacks will still be able to go through, and I will still get plenty of kills. One of the great things about Elise is that she has such immense pressure and lockdown potential with her flash cocoon. It is very hard to predict, and it is so hard to dodge, as you can see here. The follow-up burst is very quick and an easy kill. One of the best parts about Elise is that her spiders are so versatile that even in Zhonyas, your spiderlings will still attack. And along with your Rylai's, they slow. So you can be in Zhonyas and still be doing damage because your spiders will just constantly attack. Sadly, I do not have any footage of me doing this with my Zhonyas and my spiderlings and my Rylais, but I assure you, if you're playing Elise and you attack somebody and you W and then you press Zhonyas and they're at half health, they're still going to die. So trust me, it is well worth the play. Sadly, Elise is not a champion, nor is any champion League of Legends impossible to kill. So even if you play stupidly, you're still gonna die. But in all, Elise, a great champion, should definitely pick her up. Hopefully this guide can offer some assistance into how to play her to her maximum potential and to not be stupid like me, just like this. Hopefully you will now figure out all the great things she can do. And it took me a while, and I'm still learning her ins and outs, and you know how she can be strong in certain parts of the game and certain parts where you need to know to back off. And once you can master a champion, just like Elise or any champion in that matter, you can just win any game as long as you play your game. Once again, I really hope this guide helped you all, and if you would like me to make more guides just like this one, or if you have any, comments about what I can do better, because I know I can definitely improve. I'm not perfect, I'm not even close to perfect. Please let me know. And thank you all so much, and I hope you all have a great day.